On a crisp autumn morning, Ms. Lila Bennett sat at her desk, humming softly while sorting through a stack of papers. The sun filtered through the classroom window, casting slender beams of light that danced gently on the walls. The scent of apples lingered in the air, remnants of the previous day's harvest celebration. As the students settled into their seats, her gaze drifted to the front row, where Oliver Halstead, a withdrawn boy with messy hair and an ever-trembling hand, scribbled feverishly in his notebook. At first, his writing was typical for a sixth grader, stories of adventure and nonsensical creatures. But as the days progressed, Lila began to notice something peculiar. Each time she walked past Oliver's desk, the inked words seemed too advanced, too unsettling. The words flowed like shadows, weaving together tales of loss, hopelessness, and fear, things a boy his age should not comprehend. One afternoon, Lila decided to confront him. "Can I see what you've been writing?" she asked gently. Oliver hesitated, his eyes darting nervously. "It's just a story," he muttered, but she could see the sweat forming on his brow. Reluctantly, he turned the notebook to face her. The pages were filled with words that twisted themselves into gruesome imagery, chilling scenes that whispered of anguish and despair. She felt a shiver crawl down her spine as she read. Almost every page contained details that were impossible for a boy like him to know. A description of her childhood home, the old swing that hung by the fence, swaying like a body in the wind. Lila's breath caught in her throat. It was as if he had peered into her past. As the weeks wore on, Lila noticed her once vibrant classroom was slowly drowning in a palpable gloom. The laughter of children turned into hushed whispers, their fearful glances directed at Oliver and the strange stories he created. Everyday objects began to shift in their places, and there was a pervasive chill that seemed to linger in the air, becoming heavier with each passing moment. One day, during recess, Lila walked through the school halls, the sound of distant laughter echoing and then fading into silence. A dark figure at the end of the hallway caught her attention, but as she drew closer, it melted into shadows, leaving only the oppressive stillness behind. That evening, with restless unease gnawing at her, she returned to Oliver's notebook. She flipped through the pages under the dim light of her desk lamp, and her heart raced as she stumbled upon a chilling passage. It was a detailed recount of her worst nightmare, a pre-dawn walk through a graveyard, the ancient cemetery gate creaking open, ghastly figures beckoning her from the darkness. Lila had visited that cemetery as a child, always feeling an unshakable presence within its fog-drenched gravestones. But how could Oliver know? Unable to sleep, she heard a faint whispering, a muffled chant rising from Oliver's notebook, as if the stories had taken on lives of their own. With a candle flickering ominously beside her, she realized that Oliver had not simply been writing stories. He was channeling something, a force she had unknowingly invited into her life. Desperate to end this curse, she hastily drew a circle of salt on her kitchen table, a protective barrier against whatever darkness had formed. As dawn broke, she buried Oliver's notebook deep in her garden, hoping to silence the restless whispers forever. When she returned to school, Oliver sat in his usual corner, a vacant expression in his eyes. Lila approached him one last time, her heart heavy. "Have you been writing?" she asked, dread pooling in her stomach. His lips curled into a shy smile. "No, just drawing. I don't like the words anymore." Lila tucked her relief away, even as the shadows of the cemetery lingered in her mind, a haunting reminder of a past she thought she had left behind. In the days that followed, the classroom felt lighter, yet the stories remained etched in her memory, each word a testament to the bond between a teacher and a boy discovered in the inky depths of writing, a reflection of a fate she narrowly escaped. As for Oliver, he never picked up a pen again, but each night, soft whispers can still be heard drifting through the cracks of his closed bedroom door, stories waiting to be told, desperate to free themselves from the shadows.